Hey everybody, welcome back to Baseline Farms. Oh my goodness. So we have had rain for the past few days. It's been on and off since Thanksgiving, and it's just been so chilly. I haven't really came out here to do much. We had a bunch of family came over for Thanksgiving dinner, and some people spent the night, so we had so much fun. And other than that, everybody is doing pretty good. Orange Chicken, our pygmy goat, he caught a bit of a cold. He had all this mucus on his nose. He is now getting better, and it's so disgusting because I have to go out to wipe his face like a little baby. I had to wipe all the snot from his nose and his eyes, but he is getting better, and so that's good. But other than that, we have been, my gosh, just cleaning up all the different properties. Our crew has been out busy doing maintenance, making sure that none of the properties have leaves in their drains and things like that. But today is my first time out here checking on the garden since the rain, and today is Monday, I want to say the 5th, Monday the 5th. And my goodness, so I kind of just strolled out here yesterday, just kind of checking, making sure everything was okay. Now we have had some cold weather, some really cold weather, that when I have come out to the garden, everything was frozen. Like there was one night where all the flowers were frozen, or one morning, and everything had a little bit of frost on it. There was a couple times where I came out and Bella's water had a little bit of ice on the top of it, so it has gotten quite cold quite fast. I was not expecting it to be this cold this early. So let me show you what is happening in the garden and what is growing and what likes this weather and what doesn't. And I'm also going to be taking out all of the peppers, and today it looks like the weather is going to stay pretty clear. I don't know for how long, but I think because I could see a storm brewing in right over there. So I'm thinking that maybe if I give it this quick garden tour, I could harvest some Jerusalem artichokes and some ginger, finally. So let me show you what's happening. Okay, so over here we have our raspberry and our blackberry bush, and it is doing pretty good. I mean, I'm assuming that, well, these things are falling off, so I don't know if that's meant to do that. Like these little guys. I don't know. But we're just going to go ahead and leave it. I'm not going to knock any more of those things off. I don't know if this goes dormant in the wintertime or if it continues to have greens. I'm assuming it goes dormant, but we're about to find out because the weather has been quite chilly and quite cold. And so, but this is how this raspberry and blackberry bush is doing. Okay, so over here we have all of our onions, and this kitty is everywhere. Okay, so here we have our red onions, and they're doing so well. And then we have some, no, kitty. And then we have some of these yellow onion. I popped in a few more yellow onion, and at first I didn't know if it was going to, pop up or not, but there they are, and they're looking really good. So that is so exciting. So now let me show you what's happening in the other beds. All right, so I have not done anything to these two beds, and I will. Eventually I will. We just have so many other things to take care of. So now over here in this bed, this is where I put those 7 lines of drip, and we have carrots. Now I did not know if we were going to be getting carrots or not when I planted them. And I've been waiting and waiting, and I just kind of thought, that's it, we're just not going to get any because the weather was getting so cold. And when I came out here and saw this frost all over the place, I thought for sure I was not going to get any carrots. But I'm getting some more little carrots, some little seedlings here, and they are doing so good. Let me give you a better look. Do you see the little cluster right there? Got some carrots right there. That's a weed right there. But yeah, there's just a bunch of little clusters of carrots. So that is so awesome. I'm so happy and pleased to know that we're gonna get another 2 rows of carrots, so that's awesome. Now all of the spinach that we planted is doing excellent. Really, really good. Hey, get out of there. Oh my God, Basil was in one of the garden beds. I think because she sees the cat walking around in the garden beds, she thinks it's okay for her to walk in the garden beds. Can't be having that. But yeah, so the spinach is doing really good, and I'm so pleased. So I'm excited at how all this is looking. Now this spinach here that I planted is actually doing better than the spinach that I planted over there. And yeah, it's so crazy. I'm looking at the Jerusalem artichokes and it just looks nuts. Now, why I thought I was going to be able to take out the Jerusalem artichokes over Thanksgiving is beyond me. I have no idea what I was thinking. But look over here. Look at all these garlics. Oh, this is so exciting. This is the most garlic I've ever planted. And I'm so looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see what the bulbs look like and how it's going to be. Last year I did plant some garlic and I planted it in like a wooden wine barrel, a half a wine barrel, and they did so well. So I'm so pleased that last year's garlic did good. So I'm hoping that this year's garlic is going to do just as good. All right, so over here is where we have our sucker tomato, and obviously did not make it. It's not looking good, and I'm just going to go ahead and clip that down. I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. Oh, look at all these tomatoes. Oh man, that's just a bummer. It's all right, next year. Next year we'll get some more tomatoes. There it goes. Just like that. No more tomatoes. Such a bummer. Oh, kitty, no, kitty. Hey. Oh my gosh, look at this cat. Come on, get out of there. No, get. I'm just gonna go ahead and give these to the chickens and let them do away with them. Now over here are all of our peppers, and yeah, I'm just gonna cut all these down, and right after I give you the garden vlog, and just take all of these down. And it's so sad because there is some peppers. Now I did pull off a bunch of peppers the other day, and we did eat them, so I could still see there's quite a few peppers on here that I could that I can still use and harvest. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, but let me show you how the Jerusalem and the ginger, the Jerusalem artichokes and the ginger and the lemongrass are doing. So here's the lemongrass, and we did have some lemongrass soup last night because it was so stinking cold, and it's doing so well. Now even with the cold weather, with the frost, it's hanging in there. I know it's not going to last for very long. I know eventually it's already starting to die out. So I should really come in here and harvest as many of these, whatchamacallit, lemongrass as possible, because then maybe we could use them in other dishes and teas and things like that. I still need to try it in a tea. I have not tried it yet, but I think I'm going to because it just smells so good. All right, now look at this, it's all dyed and ready to be harvested. I am so excited and I cannot wait to pull that out and show you what is in the earth and what it looks like. But let me show you this lettuce. So the lettuce is looking pretty rough. A lot of it has gone, oops. Okay, so, all right, so over here is in the lettuce patch. It's looking a little bit rough. Yeah, not much has been happening. We've harvested a bunch of it. When I come out here during the frost, everything just looked so wilted, but so far so good. I mean, this is actually not doing, it's not doing too bad, but it's just not looking so pretty either. The spinach is not looking too good. I don't know. I think next year maybe we'll try something a little different. Like I said, I just want to plant more spinach next year, and had I plant more spinach, maybe we would have been eating it more, but I think we're just kind of a little burnt out on the salads, on the mixed greens and stuff like that. So for sure, spinach. All right, so here is where we had all our peas and beans, and as you can see, they have all died out. I thought this was frost tolerant when I planted it, but it's not, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait for the springtime to see this trellis fully loaded with beautiful vines. But as far as the broccoli goes, look at that. They're doing so good. All of the broccoli is doing really good. I don't see any crowns yet, but we don't have any pest damage or anything like that. So I'm so pleased and excited at how all of this broccoli is doing. Yeah, I'm so excited. So I cannot wait to harvest some broccoli. We're probably going to be harvesting broccoli in February or something like that. But here is the butternut squash. Died, did not survive. We kind of knew that. And then here is all the turnips. This is all that's left of the turnips. We have just been eating them, which I look at some of them and I think we need to harvest some of them right now. But they are just looking so fantastic, and they are just so good. So I cannot wait. I'm gonna look at the packet and see if I could not harvest, but start some more seeds if we could, if they like this cold weather. Because if I can plant some more seeds for the turnips, I think I'm definitely gonna do that. Now, as far as the cherry falls goes, that's it. They're done and over with. I need to go in there, clear all that out. Oh no, kitty. Oh no. Oh no. My goodness. No, no, no. So, yeah, the dogs see him climbing into the garden bed and they just think it's okay to climb into the garden bed as well. So that is not okay. So over here we have all of our carrots, and the carrots do like the cold weather. So now, out of everything I've planted, the carrots are doing really well. The Brussels sprouts, the cabbage, the broccoli, what else? The turnips, the spinach, those are all doing extremely well. So I am so excited. Oh, I see a little head of a carrot right there. It's so cute. So hey, stop it, kitty. So I'm so excited to see how everything else is gonna do and continue to do. Now last year I planted spinach, I planted lettuce, I planted carrots, and they all did really well. So I'm assuming that this year, they're just gonna do the same. But I'm still getting familiar with gardening and with planting these types of crops that, it takes a little while to get used to it and try to figure out what's gonna do well. So all the carrots and everything have been doing really well. But other than that, that is what's happening in this garden. Now, I need to go through and clear off some of these plants because we are gonna get ready to plant these in some job sites. So I need to fluff them up a little bit and make them look nice. Let me show you what's happening in the little garden. So many things we need to do, like so many cleanup, so much stuff to clean up, like all these things, all these containers. It's a never-ending battle. As far as our little chickens go, they do not like this cold weather. They stay inside all day, even though right now it's nice and sunny. But their egg production has been kind of slow. We've only been getting maybe about six, anywhere between 4 to 6 eggs a day, which it's still quite a lot if you think about it. 4 to 6 eggs a day. I don't eat 4 to 6 eggs in a day. Okay, so now let me show you what's happening in this little garden. So here is the raspberry sucker. This one looks like it's doing way better than the one in the big garden, and it's probably because it's growing right here in the soil, in the ground. And I think this one's gonna do so well because even the trunk is looking really good. Everything about it looks really healthy and really nice. So that is so exciting because I love blackberry, and yet we have not had any blackberries, or no, I take that back. I think I've had a handful of blackberries. What is wrong with this thing? There we go. I've had a handful of blackberries, and they're so delicious. All right, so let me show you what's happening in the beds. So now over here we have a bunch of red onions. So we have 2 rows of red onion. What is this? Oh, I think that's an onion. Oh, let's just pop that back in there. Look at that. This little guy, I guess it wasn't all the way in the soil. There. Okay, so I have a bunch of red onion growing in 2 rows, and then I have some garlic growing in that 3rd row. And today I'm going to take out, so anything you see dead, I'm probably going to take it out today. I'm going to take out that eggplant, all of the eggplant, and I think one little zinnia bush still. Just holding in. But let me show you in the other beds how the onions are doing. All of the onions are doing so good. I am so pleased. This is the most onion I've ever grown. So now over here we have the yellow onion, and then we have some more 2 rows of red onion, and then in the very back we have some more yellow onion, and that just started popping up this week. So that is so exciting. And now it looks like someone's been digging in the bed. Let me take a look. So I was looking over here and it looked like all disturbed. It looked like something was digging in here. I'm assuming the kitty was digging in here. So that is a problem. Now I hope, oh, look at that. Right as we were talking about, cat walking through the beds. I know there's no way I could prevent the cat from coming into the garden bed, but that's frustrating. So I have a bunch of yellow onion in here, and hopefully, I don't see any poop in here, so I'm hoping the cat does not poop in here, because that is just disgusting. I think he's just digging around it. I don't know what he's doing in here. But all I know is that the dirt has been disrupted. So that's not a good thing. But I do have some white onion in here and in this other bed, and they're both doing really well. So all of the onions are doing so good, and I am so excited and pleased at how the garden is doing in the fall with this cold weather. So other than that, that's pretty much it. We have been just super busy with work and getting all the jobs all taken care of. The parks are coming together really well, but it has been raining, so it is muddy out here, and the mud out here is like clay. So when it rains like this, you just have to be extremely careful because everything could get stuck in the mud, all your equipment, which is not good. So yeah, I'm going to be busy making wreaths, and I might take you along with me, show you how I make my wreaths. I used to buy the faux wreaths until last year I made my first wreaths, and I was so pleased and excited at how cheap it was and how easy it was that now I want to make wreaths all the time. So now let me just go and show you how much Jerusalem artichokes and ginger we have in that bed, and let's weigh it and see how that goes, because we still have a competition going. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I haven't mentioned that a few vlogs now, that we have this competition on who can guess how much ginger we have growing in the garden. So now it's time to find out. So let's go and let's go and dig all of it up and see what we got. Okay, so it has been a few days since I have recorded this video. And I did harvest all of the Jerusalem artichokes and the ginger, and we actually got quite a bit. I have not weighed it yet, so I'm going to, because I promised you that I was going to harvest everything and then weigh it. But a few things happened on the farm, and I'll explain that later after this, after we weigh all the Jerusalem artichokes. So let's just get started on that. And so what I have here is I have my bowl with the scale. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weigh all the bags. So I ended up putting them in little Ziploc bags like this. And I'm going to go ahead and weigh all of them and write down how much we got and then add it all up. So I do have it set at grams, and I will just convert it to pounds. So this one is 1976, 1,976 grams. Okay. All right, so this is going to be our second bag. And that one is 1,820 grams. This is the third bag. And this one's 2,007 grams. Okay, here's the fourth bag. $2,100. This is the fifth bag. $1,990. Oh wait, there's one more right here. That is 2,000. This is the sixth one. And that's 1,867. 1,867. Okay. Oh, and there's one right here. So that makes it 1928. Sorry. That one I found in the sink. Okay, there we go. So, and then here is the ginger. That is only 431 grams. But I'm just gonna go ahead. All right, so I'm gonna go through. I wrote down everyone's name on who guessed the amount, and I'm going to see here, let's see, we have a Chris Lee who came up with a 27 pounds, so let's see, we've got 25 pounds, 23, 24, we said the 2680. Okay, so the closest one to that would be 27 pounds, which is Chris Lee, because we're going to go ahead and round it up, and that comes out to, because it's 2780, what was it? 26 pounds, 0.8, you see that? 848 ounces. So we're just going to go ahead and round that up, make it 27. So Chris Lee is our winner. I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of you, Chris Lee, and we'll find out if you want the jars or the $20 gift card. Thank you for participating in this contest, and sorry it took so long. You know, I had no idea that how long it was going to take, and because it was my first time growing it. Now, the Jerusalem artichokes and the ginger do look really similar, but yes and no. So this is what the Jerusalem artichoke looks like. Okay, and this is what, let's see, a good piece of ginger. So this is what the ginger looks like. So way flatter, you know, quite different. Same color, but yeah, a little different. So now I know the difference between the two. And the Jerusalem artichokes taste a little bit like a water chestnut. It doesn't really have a lot of flavor. And yeah, so that's quite exciting to have that much, because they said, I read a bunch of recipes, and you can use them in a stir fry where you would put potatoes and carrots. You could use the Jerusalem artichokes. So I guess you could, you know, use them in all kinds of different stir fries, which would be really nice. So that is really nice to harvest all that and see how many pounds that we got, which is quite a bit. So now, in the beginning of this video, I started this video on December 5th. And we have a goat, a pygmy goat named Orange Chicken. He's been with us for 10 years. And he caught a cold. And I noticed it on that Sunday night. I noticed that he was a little congested. And then Monday, I noticed that there was a little bit more mucus. But it seemed like he was getting better. It didn't seem like he was getting worse. And then all of a sudden, just over the weekend, he literally took a turn for the worst. And he ended up passing away yesterday, which is, today is December 14th. So he passed away on December 13th, which it was so sudden. It was really unexpected. I did not, you know, normally animals, like farm animals and livestock, usually they can fight off their own colds, and our animals are all healthy. We've never had any issues with any kind of illness on our farm with the animals. And so, you know, Orange Chicken caught this cold, and I was thinking it could be so many different things. It could be that, you know, I saw him out in the rain one day, and then the next day we had a bit of a frost, because it has been rainy and been really gloomy. And it's been very cold in the morning. We've had frost every single day, like a little coating of ice on the grass. And so I don't know where he caught this cold, but it ended up becoming an upper respiratory infection. When the day the vet was coming out was the day that he passed away. So when the vet was on his way, the vet just never made it. It just progressed so fast. And that's what our vet said. He said that usually in goats that are older, which he's 10 years old, that if it's an upper respiratory infection, I wouldn't have known. I would have just assumed, you know, I would have never put him in this situation. And so I felt really bad. I wish I would have called the vet sooner, but I just, you know, it was his first cold. I didn't know that it was going to turn out that way. So Orange Chicken was my first ever farm animal. And Orange Chicken's a goat, okay, a little pygmy goat. And he was my first farm animal ever. He was the one that really paved the path for me to go into farming. Yeah, he taught me a lot of things about livestock and stuff like that. And he was so sweet and got into so much trouble, but just was full of character. So he is definitely going to be truly missed. It's kind of weird to not have him around. Today I went to go feed the chickens, and it was so quiet in there, which is just not normal in the chicken coop. You could tell that there's a little bit of a silence on the farm, because he was our oldest farm animal. He was my first true farm animal. So he's going to be really missed. But I'm going to get back to doing the vlogs. It's just been, you know, we've just been super crazy busy with work, and then with Orange Chicken getting sick so fast. Yeah, it took me a little while to finish off this vlog. So thank you for watching. Chris Lee, I'm going to get a hold of you, because you are the winner of the contest of the jars. And thank you for watching. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.